Well, guys, it's about that time. I've been watching everybody put their birds together and get things going. I know guys are banding babies already. And to be honest, guys, I just now got out here yesterday and put the birds together. Real rough start to the season. There's a lot going on in my life, and unfortunately, some of it's not a positive. And I just have not had the motivation to come out here and mess with the birds. I'm slowly getting back on track. Honestly, I was even considering skipping a year. But, I said to myself, in a few months when all the dust settles, I'll be itching to breed, and by then it'll be too late. And, even if I don't, even if I choose not to race this year, I can at least have some babies ready for maybe handing out, putting them in other lofts, and at least testing the breeders that way. But I built up the courage and the motivation to come out and get the birds together. I've been playing the Who's Coming Out Today game just so they can sort of learn their boxes. And so far it's been okay. The only two I'm having an issue with are a pair in the lower two boxes, only because the cockbirds have been... one was new, one was from Andre I got this year. I'm excited to breed out of him. It's out of some of his best stuff, and I think him and I made a pretty good exchange on pigeons on what to try for the following year. So, come on, buddy. There we go. Oh, that's such a good-looking bird there. And I got him on his half-sister this year. We'll see how it turns out. Last year, out of this pair, I couldn't get a single viable youngster. I'm not sure what I did wrong. I definitely blame myself. I was missing something. Maybe I wasn't feeding right. Maybe the supplements I was giving them was causing issues. But something wasn't right last year, and I had, I would say, that box, and maybe a box here didn't give me a single youngster to race. And those are some of my best breeders for racing purposes, obviously. But guys, the goal is to keep moving forward, not focus on what went wrong last year, and focus more on what needs to go right this year. So we'll see. Like I said, most of the pairs know exactly where they need to go. I'm probably gonna let them out in about 2 days or so. The only ones I'm concerned about really are the bottom two pair. They haven't been in this loft long enough to really establish their own box. For instance, like I was saying earlier, the bird I got from Andre was originally supposed to be a hen, but a bit of a late bloomer and ended up being a cockbird, so we had to adjust my mating program for that bird. And unfortunately, by the time I put him in here, he had sort of tried to establish that top box, and he got then kicked out of that box, and now I believe he's in one of these bottom boxes. I wish I was more aware. But again, there's so many circumstances right now that I just have not had the time to be out here with the birds as often as I'd like to be. And I just kind of went, in a general, I picked a general box for him since the rest of the boxes were taken. So I think we can get him in there, no problem. The second pair down here is this red cock I call Phoenix. He is a son off of Casanova. You guys know that I sent Casanova off to my uncle in Kansas to be bred extensively across a variety of related pigeons. However my uncle wants to breed them next, that's kind of his deal. But I did keep him back. He was my first bird on the drop at the 250, because I consider that a pretty good result. Anything after 250 is sort of what I want to focus on. So I got him on a nice hen down here, but he's real timid. I'm hoping that the hen and the fact that he has a box brings out that nature in him to try to defend it. See, he's starting to act right now, because lately he's not been defending a single box. So these two birds I'll have to worry about. But the remainders, I can let them go today, honestly, and they'll know exactly where they need to go, because some of these birds have been paired before. This pair, that pair, this pair. These are all original pairs from last year that I didn't get much out of. Again, whatever the circumstance may have been, but gorgeous looking bird. Again, should have been a hen, ended up being a cock. I'm not upset about it. He's an awesome looking slate cock bird off of Andre's best birds. I got him this year to a grizzle hen. She was one of my two birds on the drop from the classic Real smash race. I think I've talked about it. We sent over 450 pigeons and got 24 day birds. She was my second bird home. Super results considering it was almost 400 miles. So I think that's going to make a nice mating. I like the way they look together. They balance each other out nicely. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about a lot of the pairs, to be honest with you. Even though some of the pairs are going back together, I'm still excited to see what they do for me this year. You know, it's like anything else, right? We played the game because we want to see what they produce, and hopefully we get winners out of them, or at least some really top pigeons. You know, you can't win them all, guys. You just you hope for the best and go from there. But upcoming videos, guys, we're gonna go ahead and make a few videos highlighting some of the individual pairs that I have in here. In the past, I've sort of just kind of given you a broad spectrum of what's what, and I know a lot of guys like to follow along, and it's sort of hard to go back and try to choose a pair or two to focus on when you know you don't really have a real detailed list of what I really have in here. Now again, that goes for a certain few guys. I know a lot of people just watch videos to watch videos, but a few of my subscribers really enjoy you know, the follow along. They like to engage with the birds, like to follow them on the race results and see how they produce. So I think I'll start making a few videos just highlighting the pairs that I have in here, why I have them in here, and the reason I chose to put them together. Again, it could be fun, guys. I think I'll enjoy it. I think I might engage a few more subscribers, you know, to continue watching, and we'll go from there. Nothing crazy, just gives me something to do, I guess, get my mind off of things. And I think, like I said, I think I'll enjoy it a lot. So, like I said, guys, we'll go down that route. I do have a few pairs in the hen's loft. I'll make a long story short. I had this whole breeding program with pumpers and switching eggs and things of that nature, and all that went right through the window. And I think now I'm just kind of gonna leave them alone and let them do their thing. Honestly, I just threw a bunch of hens in here, and I said, yes, figure it out, pick what you like. And I think that's what they're doing now. You can see a few birds in here. Let's get in here and get out of the sunlight. And even though these birds are not part of my main breeding program, that doesn't mean I'm not going to try these birds. I'm going to try every single one of them. Every single bird I breed is going to get raced. I'm just not going to focus on these birds solely this year. If they don't produce anything right away, they're still going to move forward into next year. I want to sort of focus on the main 12 because I think there's something there. Like I said, they've all bred good for me in the past. I want to see if they can repeat that or if it's just a one-time wonder sort of deal. So we'll give them time, but we've had to move a few over. You guys remember Crispy? I had to move him over because he was causing issues. And then there's a hodgepodge of different birds in here, and I think they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. Guys, that's all I got for you this time. Like I said, we'll make a couple of videos highlighting some of the main pairs I want to work with, and we'll go down that route. We'll see you on the next one.